The global Muslim population is booming, nearly 2 billion people and rising. While Islamophobia isn't new, the challenges faced by Muslims are becoming increasingly complex. We're talking about subtle discrimination, systemic biases, and a whole lot of go back to where you came from vibes. In this video, we're diving into the top 10 countries where Muslims face serious challenges in 2024. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it.
Slovakia, land of castles, mountains, and a rapidly growing unease towards its Muslim population. The Muslim community in Slovakia is tiny, barely a blip on the radar. But fear doesn't need a big target to cause damage. Islamophobia in Slovakia is like that awkward houseguest who just won't leave. Politicians have been using anti-Muslim rhetoric like it's going out of style. This rhetoric has real-world consequences: discrimination in housing, employment, and even violence. Slovakia is a stark reminder that even in seemingly progressive Europe, Islamophobia is alive and well.
Bhutan, the land of the thunder dragon, known for its stunning landscapes and emphasis on gross national happiness. For the small Muslim community, finding their place within this cultural tapestry can be a tightrope walk. Bhutan isn't actively persecuting its Muslims, but cultural preservation often leaves Muslims feeling like outsiders. Bhutan is deeply rooted in Buddhist traditions, and there's a strong emphasis on maintaining that cultural identity. Outward expressions of Islam, like mosques or large gatherings, can be met with resistance. Practicing faith quietly, yet feeling like you're doing something wrong, is the reality for many Muslims in Bhutan. It's a reminder that the most challenging forms of intolerance can be subtle and deeply ingrained in society.
Sri Lanka, the pearl of the Indian Ocean, known for its stunning beaches and lush tea plantations. Beneath this picturesque facade lies a history marred by ethnic and religious tensions. For Sri Lanka's Muslim community, this isn't just history, it's a lived reality. The community is still reeling from the aftermath of the Easter Sunday bombings in 2019, which targeted churches and hotels, claiming many lives. Government policies, disguised as security measures, disproportionately target Muslims, with restrictions on Islamic attire and surveillance of mosques. The challenge in Sri Lanka is rebuilding trust, fostering understanding, and ensuring that the Muslim community feels safe and respected.
Chapter 4, India, a nation divided. India, the world's largest democracy, a land of vibrant cultures and diverse faiths. But for its Muslim population, recent years have been marked by a growing sense of unease and insecurity. Hate speech against Muslims is becoming normalized, with politicians openly demonizing the community for political gain. This rhetoric has real-world consequences, a surge in violence against Muslims, from mob lynchings to attacks on mosques and businesses. The rise of Hindu nationalism has emboldened extremist groups, further marginalizing the Muslim population. The challenge is to uphold the values of secularism and pluralism, protecting the rights of all citizens. Chapter 5. Central African Republic caught in the crossfire. The Central African Republic, a nation ravaged by conflict, where religious and ethnic tensions have fueled a brutal civil war. The Muslim community has become a target, caught in the crossfire of a complex crisis. Armed groups, fueled by religious hatred, have carried out systematic attacks on Muslim communities, forcing thousands to flee their homes. The challenge is to end the violence, provide humanitarian aid, and rebuild a society where tolerance and coexistence can prevail. Chapter 6, China, the Uyghur crisis. China, a global superpower known for its economic prowess and technological advancements. But behind this facade lies a systematic campaign of oppression against the Uyghur Muslim minority in Xinjiang province. Over 1 million Uyghurs and other Muslim minorities are held in internment camps, subjected to political indoctrination, forced labor, and abuses. The international community has condemned China's actions, calling it cultural genocide. The challenge is to hold China accountable, demand the closure of the camps, and ensure the safety and dignity of the Uyghur people. Chapter 7. Angola, a glimmer of hope. Angola, a country rebuilding after decades of civil war, presents a different narrative for its Muslim population. While small in number, Muslims in Angola haven't faced the same levels of systematic discrimination or violence seen elsewhere. The Angolan government has generally taken a tolerant stance, allowing for the construction of mosques and recognizing Islamic holidays. While challenges remain, Angola offers a glimmer of hope, a reminder that peaceful coexistence and mutual respect are possible. Japan, a land of ancient traditions and modern marvels, presents unique challenges for its small but growing Muslim community. In a culturally homogeneous society, Muslims often navigate a balance between preserving their faith and integrating into Japanese society. Japan isn't known for outright Islamophobia, but Muslims face subtle discrimination, often from a lack of understanding. Finding mosques and halal food can be challenging, especially outside major cities. Japan is making efforts to bridge the cultural divide with more interfaith dialogues and initiatives to promote understanding about Islam. It's a slow process, but one that offers hope for greater acceptance and inclusion. North Korea, the hermit kingdom shrouded in secrecy and ruled with an iron fist. Information about religious freedom is scarce, but North Korea operates under a strict policy of state atheism. For the small Muslim community, practicing their faith openly is not an option. Religious gatherings are restricted, and any expression of faith outside state-approved institutions is met with severe punishment. The challenge is to shed light on the plight of religious minorities in North Korea and advocate for their right to freedom of belief and worship. Myanmar, a nation grappling with a complex legacy of ethnic and religious tensions. At the heart of this crisis is the plight of the Rohingya Muslims, a stateless minority group facing decades of persecution and violence. Over 1 million Rohingya refugees have fled Myanmar, seeking refuge in neighboring Bangladesh, living in overcrowded and unsanitary conditions. The Rohingya crisis is a humanitarian catastrophe, a stain on the conscience of the world. The challenge is to hold the perpetrators accountable, provide humanitarian assistance, and find a lasting solution for the Rohingya people. So there you have it, a glimpse into the challenges faced by Muslims worldwide. From subtle discrimination to systematic persecution, the fight for equality and justice continues. Awareness is the first step towards change. By shining a light on these issues and challenging prejudice, we can create a more just world. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Together, we can make a difference.